Can you guys hear me right now? If you can't hear me, say one in the chat room. You can't hear me? That's strange. I'm looking at the audio. I'm seeing that the sound going back. Hey, Jedi Mike, they're along. Can you guys hear me? Yes or no? Good. I meant to be rambling for a while. Let me get back what I was trying to say earlier. Well, when I got on this channel, I was trying to figure out what kind of creative I'm going to put out there. So what I was trying to look for is something that will work well for me. I am an IT junkie, 20 years in the field, more like 22 years. Would have been my number one passion. I want to make sure whatever I get myself into, I enjoy what I do best. I started a podcast with my coworker, what we call a very unique channel. I'm going to direct you guys to that channel to let you know what it's all about. And it's something that we've been working on for a while, so we're doing a series as of lately. The podcast channel is called SMB. I'm going to show you guys the link and what it looked like. And give me a moment. I'm using OBS right now, so I'm trying to get a hang of everything I'm doing right now. So I'm trying to be multitasking. Hold on. I'm trying to add a browser. What I'm trying to do. So let's play capture. Okay. There we go. Remember, guys, trying to show the channel for you guys to see. As you're seeing this right now, this is the channel that I'm working on. Hope you guys can see. This is the channel that me and my co-worker partner we are doing together. We trying to put all our podcasts here, and I hope you guys can subscribe to it. All our past video podcasts too. We're trying to put it here. I know he's behind the schedule, and he'd be overwhelmed. We were doing a series whereby we would interview a lot of IT professionals. And what we were trying to project was something I think was much, much needed because as a guy like me who is also passionate in IT, but I'm not trying to be fake about it, I realized there's not many of us in the field as we're supposed to be. I had a discussion with Marcus, with Mandrell, with Queen Smiley, where we had a very interesting conversation. And she mentioned something at the HR professional, which is totally true. There are not that many of us right now who are studying, taking courses, working in the STEM program. Either it be IT, either it be any kind of technology program, it'll be science whatsoever. I remember CJ asked a question concerning cybersecurity, what they just about it, and I'm telling him what I told him that it is one of the highly needed professions need to be filled. But there ain't not too many cybersecurity engineers right now today. They make a whole lot of money doing that. And while we were having this discussion, a lot of things started to turn in my brain. I was like, wow, how can we project and show people the multi-faces that exist in the IT arena? I would like to interview a lot of people. JB, Jonathan Belwood, that's another guy I want to interview when I see when the time is right. I'm trying to get as many people out. I'm trying to reach out to many people as possible. I'm trying to get these things scheduled. That's the channel right there. If you can see it, it's SMB Corner Park. If you look it up, just type in the search engine SMB Space Corner Space Podcast. Then from there you'll be able to find it, right? That's what I'm hoping that you can look for. So take this out. And really I'm trying to bring these to to the forefront because one, while I have that conversation, it got me asking a lot of things about myself. What would the purpose of me creating the channel for? Why am I creating this channel? What am I trying to produce that will help everybody out there? Those are the things that it my brain going crazy. I'm like, you know what? I remember when I started the channel because the lead attorney said anyone over 40 who have a lot of life experience and a lot to share. You can create a channel to help the people out there. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do that. But I'm not trying to be like the big tech YouTuber we have out there. I'll get a shout out to Limus Tech, Limus Tech Tip. His name is Limus Sebastian. I've been following that guy for the past, 7 years. There's Lou from Unbox Therapy, another dude I followed for multiple years. There is Gaming Next that I followed for like maybe 4 or 5 years. There's J2 Cent, another dude who I follow for a couple of years. These are the names I'm pointing out there that I consider one the best out there when it comes to tech YouTube. They're more objective. Some could be comical, but some a little bit too deep. Lima Tech, Gaming Nectar, and J2 Cent are the kind of people I follow heavily because of, as you can see in my background, it's my PC, right? And the background behind me is more of the update. If I move my head to the side, a couple of things have changed. Um, those are the guys I follow after because they have the resource, they have the mean, they have the space, they have the team whereby they go in deep level testing out computer hardwares, motherboards, CPU, video cards, sound cards, software, RAMs, different type of combination, what kind of monitor they have out there. They're testing which is better between NVIDIA to AMD, which motherboard is the best out there, what kind of cool gaming setup, is it liquid cool or fan based whatsoever. Those are the things that I I love to take time and call them my eye candies, right? I don't think a lot of people are into the stuff I'm into, which is fine. But what I'm into, I'm trying to do something more organic. I might have such where I'll do some question and answer that people put their question in the chat room, and I answer them, and hope that I help somebody educate them thing that it will help them on their daily basis. I realized a lot of things that stood out to me. I said, wow, a lot of people don't really fully comprehend IT or fully comprehend the stuff they have in their possession. Either they have a smart TV, either they have a smartphone, either they're trying to set up a smart home whereby they control the TV, their sound system, their light, their kettle, their microwave, their AC, whatever they had under the phone, which is great, but they never think about security. Your home network is completely safe from hackers. Are you sure nobody can pry into your network and get to information? Those kind of things got me thinking. They got people out there who keep saying, "Oh, Apple phone's better, no, Android phone's better," and I can't ask myself this thing: do anybody know exactly what the foundation between both of these phones? Do they know that these phones are almost similar based on the platform they were built on? Which is crazy. Perfect example. Apple is based on Unix, while Android is based on Linux. Unix and Linux are no different from one another. Unix is more of a mainframe type of operating system, while Linux is more of a desktop, but it's mostly used for development. Windows 10 It's built on top of Linux. Not too many people know about that, unlike in the field I'm into. There were things like that. I thought the question like, how much technology they be pushing out in this American society that people don't have no clue what the hell they're doing. People talking about it, they got it to look cool, but don't understand the functionality behind it, how much more they can get out of it. Those kind of thing got me thinking like, what can I do concerning that? Lately, I've been hearing people getting their Facebook being hacked, their Instagram being hacked, their what else? TikTok. And I ask myself, there could be a mark I could get myself into, but how would I help these people to understand what the hell they're getting themselves into? I have allowed myself to be recorded. Oh, Uncle Stu, how you doing? I'm still waiting for the interview that you promised to give me. I'll be patient about it. 'Cause I know you're a busy man, so I'm not gonna force you to anything. These are things that have gone through my head. I've been trying to figure out what the next thing I can do for my people. What can I do to help people to understand? What can I showcase? I'm not trying to be a copycat with anybody yet. I would love to have the moment to test out hardware, test out different motherboard, test out different type of build. More so, my elder, two elders in the chat. We got Uncle Stu, my elder. The other elder is Von Brian. How you doing, my brother? I see a lot of people are getting to streaming. Either they're streaming on YouTube, or they're streaming on Facebook, or they're streaming on Instagram, or they're streaming on Twitch. And I watch people set up. I thought to ask myself this question: are they maximizing their setup? Do you know the formula, the science behind having a perfect seamless setup? Nobody, no issue whatsoever. Do they know what kind of PT hardware that you have for streaming? I watch a couple of YouTubers out here are using Apple, which is to me the dumbest. I know it may sound strange, but I'm being honest with you guys. Using Apple will let you try to max it out. It's the dumbest setup to use for a streaming service. And I have my reason behind it. It's not just because of the brand, it's all based on the specs and the setup. Apple is great for creative stuff. When you design and you create stuff, and yeah. But for streaming, I don't think it is. Because for one, I don't think anybody realizes when you streaming on the PC, you would have stressed out your CPU. You would have stressed out your RAM. What kind of video card you have that can deal with an amount of video RAM you can put out there to make sure there's no lag in your production. The other thing that comes to my mind, working in corporate bank, multiple banks I've worked in, from Chase Bank to UBS, I did Bank of America, I did CIT Bank, Satana Bank. I forgot this Japanese bank. I don't want to mention the name because it really pissed me off for what happened over there. I work in two major fashion corporations. I work in a lot of hospitals, both public and private. I work in the auto industry, the insurance company. I work with the Board of Education at Dell. And most of these places, I've seen the kind of setup they have based on various departments they have. It'll be clerical work, multimedia, design, web development, app development, cybersecurity. And 9 out of 10, I'm one of those people who have to build out these PCs for different group of people. I got an imaging machine. If I had to upgrade the spec, it'd be adding more RAM, change out the video card, swap out the hard drive, depending on what kind of hard drive speed. These are things I'm able to gain too much experience behind it. I work in the public sector and the private sector. Anybody who knows New York City, I had to work for MTA at one point for 2 years. Going all across the 5 boroughs, including Long Island and Metro North region. Going almost all the way to deep into Yonkers. There's a lot of things I've done so far. That's very, very unique, but I enjoy what I do. I'm not gonna lie, I am a ghetto geek. Let's put it like that. I love IT. I love when I can get my hand on it. I love I can build stuff with it. I can troubleshoot and fix it. If you hear the noise in the background, that's my kid and my grandkids. They're watching, if I'm correct, Cobra Kai. Well, I was watching it with them, which is kind of a unique show, but that'll be another time. Maybe I'll do a movie review or TV review. Who knows? What I'm trying to put out is this. This channel right here, I want this channel to be a place where people come for insight, for help, and some tips. Either for their work, for their school, either in college or in high school. If you're trying to do streaming on the YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, I could give you some tip, some pointer what how to get your setup, what to look into. I'm not an Apple guy. I'm telling you that right now. I am not an Apple guy. You ask me any question about Apple, I will not answer for you guys because it's not my cup of tea. Now, when it comes to a brand name PC, I'm not too much a fan of brand name PC because at the same time, I've been telling people for more than 15 years. When you're buying a brand name PC, you're only limited to what they're willing to give you. But at the same token, you have to be careful. Some of these brand name PC put limiters on your PC, prevent you from trying to upgrade it behind their back. Meaning, while you're trying to upgrade the PC, you got to go through them. You don't want to avoid your warranty whatsoever. This is why I always a big fan and I'm a big advocate for custom-made PC. There's been 7 times on the news that we're trying to say the PC era is done and over into cloud. Nah, I find that weird. If you're trying to put into cloud, like when I have all the cloud, so we got Microsoft Cloud, we got Amazon doing the cloud service. Did anybody realize that we in a country that we have failing infrastructure? I'm not trying to shoot nor hold anybody accomplishment on what they're trying to put out there, but we in a place whereby, imagine this pandemic really opened people's eyes how bad our infrastructure really is. Everybody's home. Everybody trying to watch Netflix. Their bandwidth is dropping so bad. They're trying to wonder why. But back then, before the pandemic, when you were on Netflix, everything was looking nice and easy. There was no lag, no whatsoever. When everybody's home trying to use the same internet service, you wonder why you don't have the same data speed that you spend so much money. Some people have the simple package. I pay for the gigabit speed, which means I'm going to have 1 gigabit speed plus and then some. But every now and then I notice the lag because you know why? I know that a lot more people are home. There are people working from home like me. I work from home. I don't have to be in the office, which is great. Which is nice. They have its perks. With me, I don't have to pay no Metro card. I don't have to go outside and look for lunch all the time. I can get home cooked meal. Or if I feel like going out to get something to eat or Uber eat, which is no problem. I don't have to dress up. I don't have to wear a suit and tie, which is nice, but I like to move around a lot. I like to interact with customers. I think I enjoy helping people. That would make me keep me going. I'm having this conversation here, trying to unlock what I've been having in my head for so long because I want to know if the type of channel I'm trying to put out will be needed out here in the YouTube street. Yes, I've been on a couple of panels talking about other different type of conversations besides tech. But on my channel, which I'm trying to get into right now, because before that, we were collaborating with my team member. His name is Marvin Smith. He has a YouTube channel called Nexus Cloud. And what I was trying to do is do something big. We were doing some tech conversation about cybersecurity, about custom-made PC for small businesses and stuff. I have some of the videos in there so far, which is very educational. Then again, I don't know if black folk want to elevate their knowledge, elevate their insight, and do something great. That's what I'm trying to figure out. But going forward, what I'm going to do on the channel, there's a few things I'm going to be doing. Yet I'll do some tech reviews. I might be talking about what's going on in the PC market between NVIDIA and AMD. What my view from a corporate perspective, why how it would affect companies. Either you have a small business or you have a medium-sized business. We're going to talk about what are being changed because recently, I know a lot of people don't have an upgrade to Windows 11, but right now I'm hearing that Windows 12 is coming around the corner next year, which don't make no damn sense. I want to have those type of conversation and break it down so people can understand what's been going on, what it could lead to. Either we're going to force you to buy a new PC because of what Windows 11 we're trying to do, those kind of things. Hey, Casey, salute to you. I want to be that. I want to be that channel that people come to. Okay, the stuff that they put out there, kind of tech and technology, they have no deep understanding. I'll be that guy to help to break it down. Somebody asked me a good question yesterday about cryptocurrency. I'm not into cryptocurrency. I have my reason why I'm not to get behind it because for one, I've been watching it for the first creation back in 2008, Bitcoin, the very first cryptocurrency that came out there. They were trying to implement it, and I know that a lot of banks were against it. Now you had this weird wave that's going on. There was a massive dive where people were losing money in the cryptocurrency. Now it picked back up. I couldn't see myself investing in cryptocurrency because it's a very volatile market. It's not, I can't say it for everybody, but if you know the hell you're doing, you can make a lot of money as long as you time it correctly and get out of there quickly. But other than that, if you're trying to go for a long term, I'm not too sure. Working in the banking industry, they have been cracking down more than for a good 4 to 5 years, trying to figure out how they can get a handle of it. Most of the major banks are working behind closed doors with the lobbyists in Washington D.C., the capital, and they're trying to see if they can put a law in place. But the problem is, they need to have a IT specialist who fully grasp and understand the detail behind cryptocurrency, how it works, how it operates, how you can maximize, how you can tax it. That's the biggest dilemma. To this day, they haven't found nobody who could break it down for them or who's willing to do that. So I'm not into cryptocurrency. If you ask me about what kind of coin to invest into, that's not for me. I may find somebody who can help you out. Maybe I might have JB on the channel one day and talk about it because I consider him an expert on this thing. He know about it more than I do. Um, I notice people when it come to the streaming, they have all the type of cameras set up. I'm not gonna knock nobody who's spending over $1,000 plus or different type of professional cameras, because that's what they call future proof, which is very, very understandable. Not everybody can afford that type of budget. But I always question while you're upgrading the cameras, which is great, are you upgrading your system? That's the thing. Here, a perfect example. Rest in peace, Kevin Samuel. There was a time when he was still alive, he said something that caught my attention. I don't think a lot of people remember what he said. At one time, he said his Apple laptop blew on him doing one of his broadcasts. So he had to get another one. Another reason why I say I don't trust Apple for streaming. It's not designed for that. The only type of computer that's good for streaming are custom-made PC. But it varies based on what kind of spec you're going after, what kind of path you're going to take with it. Either you're using an Intel processor or using an AMD. Both of them are good. But both have their different advantages and disadvantages. I might do an episode to break it down in detail and why I will recommend people to go either on the Intel and NVIDIA side of things, or I will recommend people go to AMD and AMD video card side of things and explain to you what you have to look into. Now, there are many different sizes of PC out there. We have the ITX, which is a small form factor PC. It's like a compact size. You can put it anywhere you want to. We got the mid-tower PC, where you can have the PC on your table, behind your monitor, whatever how you want to do it. Then you have the full tower that I have, which some people say is a big overkill. You got the super tower PC, which is huge. Then you have PC that built into the table. It's actually a desk PC. where you can see the glass through and everything. There are a lot of different types of setup depending on what the budget can take. But I can say this though, as streaming competition keep on growing, there are a lot of platforms out there besides WeStream, besides StreamYard, besides Streamlabs, some of the top three out there, and there's much more out there. And I've noted there are more and more being coming out because they realize not only there's a market there, there's a lot of money to be made. Logitech, a company I follow the most, for my gaming mouse, gaming keyboard, my webcams, they are doing things in a different way to capitalize on the streaming market. Restream is doing collaboration with Logitech. I'll talk about it later when I have the time. Well, right now I'm using what they call OBS. OBS is open source that can be used for many things. And I'll say this though. I hope that while I'm here, okay, Neil Moses, you know what? Why don't you put a question? I will answer your question. If you're gonna have a question concerning IT and anything, I will answer it here. That's why I tell you for question and answers. Because I know I had the conversation last night, and I want to bring the conversation to everybody live after we are speaking. So I'll answer your question. You say, hey David, can I speak to you offline about tech? I'm looking to switch career and I'm asking a few questions. Well, you can go ahead and ask these questions and I will talk it out to you after you speak it because I do what I call desktop support. There are multiple levels in that level. We have the beta level, level 1, 2, and 3, which require you to have an A plus certification. You don't need a network certification yet, but it will be good to have it just in case you go past level 3. I'm a level 5 in my job right now, which is more like a EUC desktop support lead. What the best beginning in tech and cybersecurity? I will say this. For cybersecurity, there's a few colleges that actually have the expertise and the proper training for that. There are also trade schools that are out there, but what I will recommend, you do your homework and do your research. Number one. Yes, cybersecurity is one of the hottest markets right now today in the IT arena, and they are paying a huge amount of money. But at the same token, there's a massive amount of need for more well-trained cybersecurity engineers. I did an interview, me and my friend did an interview um, last weekend on Saturday. Give me a moment. All right, keep your noise down. Thank you. I did an interview with a guy, and I hope my partner can get the video up because we asked him a lot of questions concerning that particular field. It was an excellent question to ask. And he told us, right now to this day, a lot of major corporations, Fortune 500, Fortune 100, are looking for a well-trained cybersecurity engineer because of the cyber attacks that have been going on throughout this country and throughout this world today. I have to make sure I protect my PC with the best cybersecurity suite I have available based on my budget. But for field, career-wise, I don't know, which school can I refer you to? I'm in New York City, so there's a few schools I can refer to, but if anything, the course is not going to be cheap, I'll be honest with you on that one. It's not going to be cheap, that's number one. How long it takes? There are two different paths. There's some boot camp courses might take up to 6 to 9 months, depending on your speed or level of learning. Some may take you 2 years. They're both the same kind of path, but I will recommend that if you want to get into cybersecurity based on your pace, or you in Dallas. Okay, you're in Dallas. I know Dallas is next door to Arizona, and there's a very few colleges next to, in Arizona that I know. There's ADT. What to ADT? Advantic. I forgot what it was. I gotta look up these names. I'm gonna make it in my homework to help you out on that part for sure. Put your email address so I can make sure I can email you all those information. I'm gonna make sure I make it my responsibility because I want to make sure I inform my people in the right way of pursuing their career. I don't know about the schools in Dallas. There's one guy on YouTube. His name is Master IT. I'll get a shout out to him as well. I've been on the channel a few times. He knows what he's talking about. He also in Dallas. He's helping people. Give me a moment. If you don't cut down your noise, I'm gonna shut that thing down. Okay? Thank you. He's the guy who's helping people to get their certification. His name is Master IT. Look up his YouTube channel. He's another cool guy. I would recommend him for that. He may know more in depth because he may interact with the people who doing the training because he's trying to help people get their certification because it's highly needed. Now, here's the trick about cybersecurity. Some people think you have to get a degree. Some people think you have to get a certification. From experience, you're more than likely better off getting your certification first. And this is why I'm saying this, Neil Moses, if you're hearing me right now. When you work toward getting your certification in cybersecurity, it will work the while because when it comes to certification, it's world recognized throughout the world. No matter where you want to go to, you want to apply for a job in the UK or in the US or wherever you want to go to, certification will work. Now, with the certification, there have to be some colleges out there that want to convert those certification to college credit. You want to get a degree in that as well. Like I said, if you want to do it, make sure you take your note. Do your homework. Search up all the trade schools in your area. Check the curriculum concerning cybersecurity. Compare them to others they have out. I'm giving you the pointers right now. Don't be too quick to set them with any school. Ask them about the teacher they'll have in those classes. Ask them about the internship. Ask them about the workshop. These things matter because you know why? I have a peer of mine years back when I was working for the Board of Education at Dell. I only have 2 certifications under Dell, which allowed me to do the job I was doing at the time. He had 8 certifications, including Cisco certification. He had little to no experience. He had 8 certifications, including Cisco, but had a hard time finding a job with a Cisco certification. We had a discussion last night off the air after a Black Man Filter Network show. And I had to break it down to them, the disadvantage behind that. The thing that all apply to type of security. Now, okay, got that half partner behind me with the Papa help making it happen. Good. Now, here's the thing. Make sure that wherever you will go to, hey, Wally, how you doing? If you get cybersecurity, make sure they have a proper workshop. Because some of these workshops, it do set you up whereby they're testing you with real life, real time situations that really happen and they'll see how good you are. Now, if I'm correct, I asked some people before, if when you pass the certificate to be a cybersecurity engineer, your phone will be ringing off the hook because they're trying to hire you as quickly as possible. The same apply for people who pass the Cisco certification, but the Cisco certificate had to be done if you're under the company. When you're outside the company, Cisco don't work, so you don't have to worry about that one. But for cybersecurity, make sure you do a thorough investigation concerning the program they have for cybersecurity. Because there's a lot of scam schools out there who want to make money off people who trying to rush into that particular field. And by the time you get it, they can't help you get a job. It happened out here in New York City. There's some trade schools that claim to be college accredited. Do your background check on that too as well. So whenever you want to get into cybersecurity, compare them to all the other schools in their community. Check to see the curriculum and compare with others. Check to see they have any kind of workshop. Check to see they have any kind of intern. Yes, did a lot. The course. Now, I believe you should be able to apply for financial aid for that. If they tell you can't get financial, you got to take out a student loan. Check other schools and see what the requirements are for paying. Springboard, Florida. Man, I used to live in Florida, Orlando, Florida. That's a crazy city. They had a few schools in Florida for that, but I don't think Florida was like a tech headquarters, more of a medical headquarters. But like I said, you can give me you know what? I have my email on this channel. You can email me. I'll do my best to look up for you and look for the information you need. And I might reach out to Master IT to more in depth if he have more advisory points he could give me to help you out. I'll do that because this is what I love to do. I like to help to inform my people. If anyone have a question to ask me, please ask me. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do this for like 1 hour. So by 7:30 or so, I will get off. Because I want to be able to help people out here when they come to my channel for information, for insight, for anything. Because besides cybersecurity, software engineers need it. Software engineer, if you're good at what you do, in less than 3 to 5 years, you can make almost $500,000 doing that. We'll talk. There are two people on the YouTube street who are well-known software engineer and they're making good money. There's Jonathan Berryville, who's on the Lapeef Network, and there's Anton Daniel, who's also a software engineer as well. He understands that too as well. I know he don't talk about it much. Yeah, Marcus, you can make fun of me all you want. But it's a great path to take into it. Then you have Jedi Mike, who into web design. Another great field to get into. Web design, graphic design, whatsoever. It's a cool thing to get into. For graphic designer, go way more than just doing web design. Sometimes you be helping out with a promotion or a advertisement. You're gonna be helping out with news stations, media stations like CNN, NBC, CBS. A lot of graphic designer or graphic art workers are in that field too as well in the media company. Or you may be helping with the magazine promotion or whatever, but they do get paid a lot. Um, did anybody have any question again beside that? Because I'm gonna make sure I help Neil Moses with his path into cybersecurity. Do whatever I can to help a brother out. Um, what else? I'm planning to do some game streaming later down the line. I do more on the PC gaming than the console gaming. There's some PC game I'm into like War Robot, um, Command and Conquer. Trying to check and get into other new games I haven't done in a while. Any game that I know is better to play on the console than the PC, I would do that instead. So now you have games from both PC and the console, but based on the hardware, based on the spec, and based on the game engine, which now everybody's moving to Unreal Engine 4 and Unreal Engine 5. That could be so. The Patrick Richard show to support peace. Thank you, Von Brian. I really appreciate my elder. There's a lot of things I want to do in this channel besides tech information, tech tip. I might do some gaming stream. I might have a section where I might have some thought on my mind. I'll just share with the world, hope they can help somebody. But I want to push seriously and to have more black people in the STEM program. You don't have to chase the IT arena. But I would love it if that could be the case. You want to be a scientist, chemical engineer. I know a lot of Africans who get into chemical engineering in different areas. They're making a whole lot of bread in that thing. It's great to have more highly educated blood in this type of field because we need it. You can get into construction, that's still considered technology. You can get into plumbing. You can get into welding. Real skilled job that make long lasting money. I think everybody looking for people to make quote unquote six figures for a high value man. Here where the problem is. Not everybody can work in the bank and be a banker, I'll be honest with you. There are a lot of people making a huge amount of money in the IT and that people don't putting their money out there because you know why they know when people start to find out how much money they make in the IT arena, all the B's and the WAPs, I call those are the female who have no brain at all, chasing men after for their money without chasing no kind of guys. There are way too much money being made in IT arena. Either into game design, game engineering. There are game designers are making huge money in less than 5 years and they retire. Because they work with some of the biggest game companies in the world today. People tell you you're playing video games to waste their time. If that's the case, then it won't be a multi-trillion dollar industry. I remember I was taking trade school. and a few guys I met that were working on building their own game. Two of them put their demo game to Capcom, hoping that it'll get a pickup. They got turned down, but that didn't stop them from working anymore. There are so many game developing companies out there that people making money, and they're all in the IT arena. If that's not the case, you have animation, computer animation. Either you're designing computer graphic for an anime or a animation movie whatsoever. There's money in that right now to this day. There are more and more people getting into that field, and that field is growing tremendously. There's so much you can do and learn out there. Instead of trying to be a rap artist or what I want to do, I don't know. But I'm not into that thing. I'm into trying to help my people to get better, help my people to get enlightened, help my people to get to that next level. If I can help anybody to get there, it'll be a blessing, and I'll keep on doing what I do best. So while I wait, I hope anybody got any more questions. You can ask me any question. I see I got 8 likes so far. 2 people are watching. Well, no big deal. Now, the thing about me, I would like to do movie reviews, but I'm not the type of lame movie critic. I'm very, very tough movie critic, and I've lost a lot of interest in a lot of American movies. To be to be frank with you guys, because I feel like for the past 10 years there have not been real good productions in the movie industry in the U.S. as of lately. And like everybody recycle other people's movies. Everybody trying to take a piece of this, a piece of that, that put together, and unless you have watched over 10,000 movies from the early 80s to now, including some of the movies from the 70s, then you have no clue that you are watching almost a repeat. I'm into Kung Fu movies, I'm into Japanese animation, I'm into Japanese movies, I'm into Chinese movies. I watch a couple of African movies, I watch a couple of Indian movies, which is overrated sometimes, but overboard with it. I watch some movies in the U.S. as well. I don't discriminate by movie, but you gotta have a great storyline. Not everything gotta be action, explosion, but you gotta have a great character creation. Lead up with a great story that make you want to come back for more. Thank God I got Netflix, Hulu, and Amazon Prime. I don't have to watch too much trash TV. Too much of the reality TV is driving me insane. Like, how much more can I take? I'm a nerd. I'm a black ghetto nerd. It's what I do. I love to have fun with what I do. So right now it's 7:02. I'm waiting to see if anyone have any extra more questions before I cut this broadcast short. Ask me, Marco. You can ask me any question. Because I had a weird day. I was doing tech support. I try not to be too geeked out. Trying to solve problems. Trying to figure out solutions for people. Because sometimes I come on I don't know, like a computer nerd. You got no emotion, which is not true, but I try to keep my emotion in check at times. So Marcus, you usually have some questions, so let me hear your question. Which I'm waiting on. What would be a great starting PT for beginner, and what company are great starting wages and salary for IT techs? Now that is an excellent question, I'll be honest. So what would be a great starter PC? I would not, I'll be frank with you though. Back then, I would recommend brand name PC, but what I've been seeing for the past decade, I would not recommend brand name. If you want to get a starter PC, there's a term they use called bare bone kit. Bare bone kit is the setup of motherboard, CPU, RAM, hard drives. In some cases, they may put in a video card and a case that may not cost too much, or be like a start off. Because back in into the 2022, back in 2011 to 2013, the huge fluctuation of a lot of bare bone kit for people who don't want to buy brand name PT. Because I realize people are walking away from brand name. Now, there are a bunch of pre-built out there. And what I would say, before getting a starter PT, look at your budget first. Figure out what would be your minimum that you would spend for a PT, what would be your maximum. Now, you're going to a laptop, right? If it's not for streaming for regular purpose, I would say this. You don't have to buy the latest laptop out there, but I would tell people look toward the business brand laptop. Every name brand out there, either be Lenovo, either be Dell, either be HP, either be Acer, whatever brand name laptop out there, including the Aces, they have the home lineup and they have the business lineup. Now, working in the business arena, corporate arena, a lot of the business lineup PC or laptop last much longer than of the home version because the specs are different. Now, if you're looking for a laptop just to use on a regular, whereby it should last you the next 3 or 4 years for the sake of using it, I would recommend you get the business versions. Either be HP, Lenovo, or Dell. Top three. That I would recommend. They help a lot. Now, if you're looking for a PT for gaming and streaming, hear this out. Make sure the spec you're getting is meant for gaming, like a gaming laptop. Acer have a lot of great lineup for gaming PC and gaming laptop, but mostly go for the laptop. I would recommend get the Acer gaming PC. There's Origin PT out there. Was another one thing about my email because I get the email. No, the Origin there. Um, there's Digital PT, another company that makes some great pre-built PT. Would I recommend going to Dell for the gaming pre-built? The way for that because this guy, you look up his channel, his name is Gamer Nexus. I would recommend you go to the channel and watch this series he had about testing all the pre-built PCs and let you know what you have on the inside because some of the pre-built PCs, they will give you the specs, but when you look inside, it'll be like almost some of most will be like a letdown because they play you for the money of it. They want to tell you get your PC custom made built from ground up. Look for a bare bone kit. Go to a good place. Go to Micro Center. To me, that's the number one store to go to. When you go to Micro Center, depending on where your location is, ask them about a bare bone PC setup based on what your budget can afford. They will walk you through that. They will ask you questions like, what kind of video card you want? You want an AMD video card or you want a NVIDIA video card? What kind of processor you want to go with, Intel or AMD? Either one is good based on your preference and your budget. Now you have mechanical hard drives, which are big and heavy. I can show you an example. The one on my background you can see on the upper right hand corner, that's a state hard drive. Very thin. Don't have much heat issue. The more smaller one, it's called an M2 M2 hard drive. It's almost like a chip. They put it underneath the motherboard. Every PC price range is based on the hardware, the name brand of the hardware, and where the software you put in. We got three operating systems out there. We got Linux, we got Windows OS, and you got Apple OS. Yet you can build an Apple PC, but I've been told don't recommend that because it's not worth it. So I think we get a Windows or Linux, depending on how you want to go about it. Windows be simple, easy to use. By the time you go to that next level, that's it. As for what company to get great starting wages, the number one on the list is Bloomberg. Bloomberg had one of the best starting wages out there. Besides Bloomberg, you had Estelada Company, you got Thomas Schreider, you got Bank of America. Um, I can go on. It's also based on the industry they're into also. The baking industry, no 9 out of 10 have the best starting rate for IT professionals. And you talk about fashion company, it depends on the competition. A lot of have some great more starting wages as well. Um, you're looking for long-term jobs and looking for a place to grow. I would say IT job in the college campus, and I believe the private colleges get paid more than the public college. I believe so. That's true as well. The hospital, that's another place, but most likely in the hospital, you get permanently high in the hospital, you get what they call longevity in the hospital because you're working for the city, depending on the city hospital. With a private hospital, I'm not too sure. Um, if you ever get a job as an IT professional in the media company, like let's say a TV station, chanting you're gonna be there for a good while, depending on how you play your game. And I'll tell you this: when you get into the IT arena at the IT professional start off, keep your head down, keep your mind open. Do not come out as if you know everything. Well, some of the great benefits like 4K insurance, like my job right now, I'm getting paid decently well. I got 401k. I got great health insurance through that. Do they have a union? My job? No. I'll tell you honest. Some company may put you in a union. I think more likely in the media company, like NBC, ABC, CNN, CBS, those kind of network station, they might put you in the union. I'm not sure. I have a guy who I worked with before when I was working at a fashion called Estee Lauder, and he used to work for NBC for almost 9 years. I believe they may put you in a union for that. That is so. In the baking industry, and here's the problem. I want you guys to understand that you're listening. My email, I'll put my email in the chat. I check that email every day. Now, what I was saying? Yes. Most of that, I hate to say that, there's barely any union in the IT arena, which I find it strange, unless you work in a particular company. If you work in the hospital industry, they sneak you under another union. I forgot what union they sneak you under. They don't really have an IT union, what they need to, because it's kind of strange. Because think about it, the nurses and the doctor have union, news broadcasters have union, actors have union, construction worker got union, plumber got union, painter got union, teachers got union, the police department got union. These are skilled trade. And IT is also considered a skilled trade as well, but we don't have a union. But I've been asking that question for a lot of professionals on top level. Why is that? And here what they told me. But I think that might be the reason why they are avoiding it. They believe that the moment the IT union have a union, because they want to be Armageddon. And I said, what you trying to say? Because first and foremost, IT is the backbone for every corporation, either be public or private, which is true. Every industry use computer, either be education, either be the medical, either be fashion, either the food industry, either be banking, either be insurance, either be media, either be government. Every industry use the computer. They got a huge server. They got networks that be properly made. They got cybersecurity protect. All that need to be taken care of. So the moment we get a union, they feel like we will control the whole entire world. Or according to the United States, we will control the country because no more crappy wages, no more crappy salaries, no more crappy benefit. You got to pay us well because if we had to break our back, there's some job whereby you work in the network server, you got a 12-hour shift, they get paid good money too. I'm telling you, the IT arena, as a whole, as huge as it is, people are making a lot of money. Most IT job within what 3 to 5 years minimum max is be like what, 80, $95,000 a year minimum, going to six figures. Some positions go straight to seven figures in the IT, and that is the facts. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna make this one up. There are so many different paths in the IT that out there that people don't even know about, which is ridiculous. So I'll start doing these things, and I hope my partner will start getting most of the interview up and running and get all our past video up in order before the new video. And I want to shout out to everybody. You're people I want to interview. We have Bukala, who's a YouTube, who's a software that I want to interview her. I want to interview Mandrell. He's still on me a phone call. I want to interview Sohail Speak, software engineer. I want to interview JB, aka Jonathan Berryville. He's another software engineer. Maybe if Anton is not so busy, I would like to interview Anton Daniel on our broadcast. I want to interview Master IT. There's so many people I would like to interview, come across, and hoping that we can showcase, have you guys listen to these people about their path, what educational path they took, how they got there, who were their mentors, what kind of book they read, and etc. So this way, when you're looking to these series, it gives you an in-depth understanding, in-depth roadmap, how to trend into the path you want to take. Either be in data support, either network support, either be cybersecurity, either software engineering, software development, either game design, animation, it could be web design, whatever. There's so much out there. I just give you a few names of the multiple jobs that are there to this day right now. And there are more new jobs being created as we go on. I just hope that the information, this knowledge, this insight will make it easier for you to plan it out. If you got kids, if you're a parent, I will recommend get your kid into coding. Let them start in that first. There's some Raspberry Pi out there. You can go to the micro centers. There's some guys who can walk you through what to get, how to get everything set up, have your kid start to learn how to do coding. There are a lot of gadgets out. No, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do an episode on that. What are the project kit you can get your kids into coding, and what the cost is it, if you can afford it or not. If not, you can build them a PC. There's some program on the phone you can have them get into coding as well. There are so many things I want to do to help people on the channel. I think that's what I'm going to do from now on. If you want to talk about training or what kind of certification path you can take, I will refer you to the guy called Master IT. I will look up your channel right now so I can show it to you guys. Master IT. Yeah, I think I found them already. Yeah. So I'm gonna bring it back up. Let me get the display capture. Give me a moment, guys. Okay. This is Guy channel. His name is Matter IT. I'll recommend him. If you look at right now, he giving a free certification plus practice test, full course. This guy made it his mission to help people get their IT certification. Instead of trying to do something that you want to be done, I want to recommend to him as well. Tell him that I said that thing to his channel because he's trying to help anybody and everybody to get their certification, help them by getting the tech skills, and also get the job as well. I do have the experience because I'm working in the field as we speak. I can reach out to the right professionals and you can interact with them. Either you call them up, let them be a mentor whatsoever, but I'll do whatever I can to connect you to the right people with the right information, with the right source. He the guy I'll recommend you to go to his channel. Remember, it's Master IT. He got a lot of programs on his channel right now. He was doing some work trying to get people to help to get their certificate. I think I missed it. That's how I will find anybody who wants to get into that field. So to Neil Moses, he's in Dallas. That's the guy right there. I hope you've seen it. Make sure you look it up again. His name is Master IT. I'll hold it in for the next couple of seconds before I close it out. And if I want to get to that thing too, truly check out the channel, subscribe to the channel. You have a link to the online certification training. Check it out. He's on Facebook, he's on Instagram, he's on TikTok. He's all about helping people to pass the certification exam. I'll say that again. Please check that brother out. He's in Dallas, Texas. I hope he will help you get to the right path, all right? So, I'll put that to sleep. I hope that helped you out, Neil Moses. Like I say, I will help anybody and everybody. I want to use my channel to be the channel to help people get the right information they can, whatever path they want to take. Even purchasing a device, you want to buy a new laptop, buy a new desktop PC, you trying to get a good streaming service, gaming PC, whatever. If you're in New York City and want to get a PC built, you can reach out to me before I ever move out from the city. I'm still doing that to this day. I have my own custom-made PC built. Just so you know, the background you see right here is not fake. Let me see if I can take off the background. And I got a background on until I'll take it off. So you guys can see the PT. I'm in my original. You see behind me, this is my work setup. This is where I come here from 9 a.m. to 6 a.m. working Monday to Friday. I'm a level 5 tech support. And as you're looking, this is my PC that I custom made built on my own. Now to get a good picture of my PC, I joined a group called the Asus, if I'm correct, the Asus PC DIY group. Either the Asus DIY PC group or the Asus DIY PC group on Facebook. I took some picture of my PC build and I put the specs there, what I got in there. I'm slowly trying to upgrade it to where I want it to be right now. The reason I'm doing that because I'm trying to get the right formula instead of this spending $2,000, $3,000, $1,000 on a camera, where I could just get a high-end webcam from Logitech, which is 4K. Have the right processor, because I got an i9 processor. You know, I upgrade my video card, what I have what they call a Gigabyte Vision Gigabyte Vision NVIDIA RTX 3070 Ti with 8 GB of video RAM. If someone want to do with my PC, I can have better production, smooth functionality. I got about 64 gigs of RAM on my PC, which is it's a lot, but it's not a lot. It's halfway through to the maximum. I got 2 TB hard drive. I got a sound card from Creative. I can have better sound whatsoever. I know I need to upgrade my mics. I know a gray pill podcast company like, oh, you need to upgrade your mic. I get it. I understand it. I'm focused on the main thing first. That is the system. When I can get the system where I need to be, then I start working on everything else outside. Like the monitors, the webcam, the mic, the setup. I got a gaming table. I can get the right table, the right setup, and fix the cabling behind it to make it neat. What I want to say, yeah, you better off getting a custom-made PC and getting a name brand. I promise you, if you build your PC properly, the way it's supposed to be built, it could last you between 5 to 8 years. Which means all you have to do is swap out a part here or there. You don't have to take out the whole entire thing and get a whole new set altogether. I promise you, we worked it. It's almost 7:30. I got like 6 more minutes left. Any more questions I can answer for anybody? Please. You have any personal tech question, you can email that address. I'll do my best to find the information you're looking for. Well, I'll give you the information. I'll give you the link, who to reach out to, who will be the good person to help you in that particular path you're trying to take. If you're trying to buy a new PC or what kind of brand you have in mind, you let me know and I'll talk to you. I have a brother out here, Black Man Unfiltered. He will tell you the truth. He called me a couple of months back. He was trying to get a new laptop for the streaming setup, and I told him right off the bat what you need. What kind of he let me know what kind of spec it is, what kind of brand name it is. He let me know what kind of processor, the hard. I had to make sure he break it out to me so I can know if he getting the right buy or not. Guys, ladies, when you want to buy electronic, whether it be TV, mobile phone, PC, make sure you have a well seasoned tech guy on speed dial. The reason why I'm saying that is so that you don't waste your money and buy the wrong purchase. I have people do that with me mad mad years. They call me up, oh, I want to buy this, and I ask them what are you trying to buy. Either tell me the link or they tell me text me the spec or whatever, and I walk them through why X Y Z is not needed or what you may need. What kind of setup you need, what kind of OS you need, what kind of installation you can put in your PC. Another thing, internet security. Do not, I repeat, do not think just because you have a Mac, you're not going to get virus. That has been completely debunked. I will say it again. Just because you have a Mac PC doesn't mean you don't get virus attack. You do get virus attack, but it ends up multiplied from your end spread out to other people's end. So that being said, I'm gonna do an episode about different internet security packets, the cost, what the rating they have, what I think about, what I don't think about. I will have that episode coming up soon. We will sit down, we will have a conversation, we will talk about these things. And I will hope to answer your questions depending on your budget. There are some packets out there where you can have the license for 1 year or for 2 year or for 4 year. Because 2 and 4 year will still give money because you don't have to renew it every year. And if you're a recurring customer, they can give you discount for it. Yes, you also need internet security on your phone as well. The security packet I have on my PC synchronized with my phone and my wife's phone and my son's phone as well. My son knows make sure that he's up to date. Sometimes I check it myself. Other than that, I got 3 more minutes. Any question, any ideas, please let me know. I'm glad I helped some people out here on the channel. I hope to bring more content, more educational content. Maybe share some experience I've learned over the years as an IT professional, tech support. What I've seen that happen before. Hey, Mr. Bennett, how you doing, my brother? I know you came a little late, but it's okay. You check out what I did for the beginning. You understand what I was talking about. I want to do something that will be more educated. I'm not taking the path other people are taking, but I want everybody to connect the dot when it comes to the PC need, the PC help, the do's and don'ts when it comes to technology, either be mobile devices, smart, smartphone, tablet, TV, PC, smart home. Yeah, I'm going to talk about it. I'll bring my partner about who is the MSP. He's my co-host. We might have a suite about that and see if we can talk about it. Because too many people are getting hacked. Too many people are getting played by technology. They think they're tech savvy, but they're not really tech savvy. People don't know how much damage being done. My information on Protect, I have a package from, I think I got it from my bank or my service provider, whereby they monitor my email, they monitor my passport, they monitor my ID number whatsoever, because in case someone want to go out there and use my information to create fraud, so they can stop it right there and there. I will talk about that too as well, so I can get people up to date and informed. I know it's so much, but I'll take my time to break things down. So I'm wondering, the next episode will be about laptop buys, what are the best deals out there or don't deal, or I'll get into the type of security part about what kind of internet security package to purchase that protect your PC, your mobile device, including your smartphone and your tablet. These for the regular people. I'm not trying to have you doing next level thing because not everybody gonna be on that level unless you want to take that path. For Nia Moses, I'm glad I'm helping you out with your search of what's going to do be at the type of security expert. Please, please, please reach out to Master IT about the education path, what it will take, how much it costs, what kind of exam it is, what you got to study on, what kind of books you got to get. Because if I show you some of the books I had to get over the years for my IT profession, they're not easy to eat. They're this thick, bigger than the Bible. So much information you got to digest. They're not going to expect you to know everything, but have a level of understanding that you can navigate through to get the job done. Paul Bennett, one day I'm going to we'll have a conversation about these things. Where we may have in mind, I will help you out. It's now 7:30. Any guys, if you come back and you check this broadcast, please, in the comment section, put your question. I will come back and check them out. I will answer your question. I'll do the best I can. If I don't have the answer, I will look for the answer for you. Please like, subscribe to my channel. I'm planning to do more of these type of things whereby I give some knowledge, share my insight, my wisdom, and my understanding. I hope if I move out of New York City, I can get a bigger space so I can have my own room and then you can have no more noises. It will be me and you guys. I want to tie this thing down to my freelance business. I build PC. I do troubleshoot. I do all the type of stuff that people do in your house. I've done it before in the past. But I want to be more focused on that area because it's what I love to do. Maybe I might have a live broadcast and you watch me build a PC for somebody. Or you watch me fix a PC, somebody else's PC. I hope that day will come, but I need that space for that. But until then, I will work toward it. One step at a time. Until then, good night, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Peace.